So, if you were having lunch with Princess Diana, which plate would you choose? They look the same, right? And that's what Oprah thought when she was having lunch with Princess Diana. But they're not. They're different.
Winston? Winston? Come back with that leg of lamb.
Oprah celebrates her 70th birthday on January the 29th. And I thought in this video, I would share with you when I cook for her, what I cook for her, and when I first met her too. In the early 1990s, Princess Diana invited Oprah to Kensington Palace for lunch. Oprah really wanted to get an exclusive interview with the princess on her show. And over lunch, she thought she could do this. "Let's do the tomato mousse first course, Darren," Princess Diana said to me. "Oh, and I want my version." When I joined Princess Diana, she got her life back on track. She was patron of 119 different charities, working out at the gym 3 days a week and just looking the best she ever did. She said to me, "Darren, you take care of all the fats, I'll take care of the carbs at the gym." And one of her favorite dishes was the tomato mousse. The first thing I had to do was change this recipe. The original recipe that I made at Buckingham Palace and that the princess enjoyed when she was there had mayonnaise and sour cream and heavy cream, and that was no longer allowed. For this recipe, I like to use vine-ripe tomatoes. They smell delicious, they have a nice thin skin on them, and they're absolutely full of juice and flavor. And I cut them into quarters and drop them into the blender. And then the mayonnaise, sour cream, and some heavy cream. Next, some chopped onion. I created the recipe that was 99% fat-free, and she loved the recipe so much that she had it when she was on her own for dinner, but also when she invited friends over, she'd have it for her lunch parties and dinner parties too. Finally, some tomato paste. Now the recipe is in the description below. You have everything there. So all the ingredients, the measurements are all in the description. Pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, and onto the blender. I'm going to blend it until it's really nice and smooth and no lumps in there. Once it's nice and smooth, then I can pour it into the bowl. It smells amazing. So then I'm going to add some dill. If you're not a huge fan of dill, then you can put chives in there or tarragon, or just leave the herbs out altogether. But chop them nice and fine and then just add them into the tomato mix. That dill smells so good. Next step, we've got to set the tomato mousse. So we use some lemon juice and some gelatin. Mix those together. And then onto the stove just to warm slightly, just to open up all that gelatin. Once the gelatin's all dissolved, then we can whisk it into the tomato mix. Now you've got to do this really quickly, and you've got to make sure you're whisking because we don't want big clumps of gelatin in there. When I created the fat-free version, it was really popular with the princess. And she would actually eat the fat-free version and everyone else was eating the full-fat version. And the only people that knew were her and me. So of course, when Oprah came for lunch, she was on the full-fat version and Princess Diana was on the fat-free version. Sneaky? Not really. Princess Diana wanted everyone to enjoy the food and she wanted to eat super healthy at the same time. You can now pour the mix into your favorite dishes. I like to use the little mini ramekins, but if you've got the martini glasses, pour it into that, decorate it on top with some smoked salmon, lobster or shrimp. It looks beautiful. Or just pour it into a bowl and let it set up and let people spoon out as they want it. into the fridge now for at least 2 hours to let them set. When Prince William got married, April 29, 2011, he chose the chocolate biscuit cake recipe that's in my cookbook, Eating Royally. And I got a call from the Oprah show saying, will you come on the show? We're doing a royal wedding watching party, and we want you to make a 3-tier chocolate biscuit cake with sugar flowers. Here's a picture of it. And another picture of me on the show talking to Oprah. Then they said, oh, we also need you to make 400 small ones too, because as you know, you get a cake and you get a cake and you get a cake. But it was so much fun on the show, sharing that royal recipe and watching the royal wedding at the same time. And I never told her the secret about eating the fat-free and the full-fat tomato mousse when she was at Kensington Palace. I put a link to me on the Oprah Winfrey Show in the description below if you want to watch it. My tomato mousse is set, and now I can take it and run a knife just lightly around the edge. And then it goes into a bath of hot water, and this is just going to soften the gelatin a little bit. Then we give it a little shake, and it comes out absolutely perfect. Look at that beautiful little tomato mousse. So light. And it smells amazing with the tomato and the dill. They look the same, right? Well, this one is the fat-free version that I made earlier. How can you tell the difference? Make them for your friends. See if they can tell the difference. Both recipes in the description below. Thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. Leave me a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends. Happy birthday, Oprah. Which plate would you like? See you again soon. I'm taking the full fat.